Hi everyone, Wade Beckersey. This is the Organic Podcast. It's our first one. We've got Andrew Kelly, Managing Director of AddCash. So we're just going to taste a bottle of South Australian organic wine, Gem Tree wine, Dragon's Blood. We're going to have a bit of a taste about that. We're going to talk about that, talk about a bit of business, talk about how Andrew and I met and how long we've known each other for, and just a bit of a free-flowing conversation. So organic wine and organic chat, hopefully.
Sounds good. Yeah,
all right.
Fantastic.
Yes, so let's check this bottle out, I was thinking. So
don't need a corkscrew.
No corkscrew.
Fantastic.
Those days are over.
Yep.
So it's a Dragon's Blood Shiraz. It's actually one of my favourite ones.
Oh, right. Fantastic.
Yeah. So I drink it quite regularly.
Where'd you say it was from? Barossa?
No, it's actually from McLaren Flat.
Oh,
so
yeah.
McLaren
Nice.
Vale.
Yeah, not so far.
32 Hamilton Road, South Australia. It's got the...
Not well.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You've been there plenty of times.
Yeah, probably.
Just don't remember the label by the time you get there. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, biodynamic wine. I suppose what I like about the organic wines, Andrew, is that when I drink them, the hangover or the next day, the preservatives aren't in there and you actually can feel the difference. So I get out there, go to a nice restaurant, somebody else chooses a bottle of wine, it may not be an organic one, and I can actually feel the difference the next day.
Right.
So I'd be interested in your feedback, obviously not on the podcast, but a couple of days' time.
Yeah,
how you
we
feel
probably
today.
don't have time to test
to test how much of that, but that's right. We're going to have a sip.
Yeah.
I'll let you crack that.
Oh, goodness, yep.
Go for it.
it. Fantastic.
What's up?
This will be embarrassing. Luckily, we can edit this out, can't we?
No, we're not editing this bit. If there's a mess there, we've got something to clean up.
Did you want to try it first just to make sure it's okay?
Make sure it's
hasn't
okay.
been corked?
Yeah.
Dragon's Blood.
What do you reckon? See if it's one of the...
I've already should have done a
That's
short
right.
pour for you to test.
No, that's right. You can always fill my glass right up, as you know.
Excellent.
Which way? Tastes good.
Tastes good? Oh, I'm glad. I thought I'd have to come up with something sophisticated like
No, it's all good.
Deep plum colour and...
No. We won't get that sophisticated. It's just more about if you like the taste. We're not, are we wine wankers or are we just wine connoisseurs?
Yeah, it's nice. We obviously haven't let it open up or anything like that. But
I don't think it really needs to, the organic wine, because they don't last for a real long time. Because they've got as many preservatives with those ones that are made for 10 years' time. Yeah. They've got it in there so it does last.
Yeah, that's what I understood.
So it's ready to drink.
You can't sell them either can you sell them for a long time? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
This is buy it now and drink it.
Yep.
So
2019.
It should be tasting as good as it is. So
wow.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for coming along.
Yeah, well, it was a different place in 2019.
I know. That's right. Can we actually remember what that's like?
No, I can't. It seems like it was many, many years ago.
So, how are you finding business at the moment with AddCash? Maybe just fill us in a little bit about the business for our viewers, what you do.
Yep.
And
So we're a financier. We are a lender. We deal with small business. So we're doing a market segment which is really business to business, not consumer, and very much on the smaller side. So specialising in something called debtor finance, cash flow finance, accounts receivable finance, however you want to call it.
Yes. People, lots of businesses categorise it in different areas, don't they? When they realise they need that type of service, they're talking to their accountant generally. Is that how
accountants, brokers, a lot more online these days.
Okay. They'll even search it that way if they're looking for some
of course. Everything's on the internet now. So
more importantly, over the last couple of months, I suppose.
Yeah, yes and no. Like, in terms of operationally, we're always set up to work remotely and online. That's one of the benefits of being a service provider. Literally, it's telephone, internet, computers, and away you go. Yes. There's more to it than that, obviously.
Of course, but there's not people flooding in your door. Is that what you mean?
I don't have a warehouse. I don't have a shop front. I don't have all those sort of things that that come at a huge cost that you can't pick up and move. And it's staff and our inventory is money.
It's money, right.
Which is all online. You don't even get to see it these days.
That's right.
We're a specialist lender, and I guess we're a non-bank lender. So I guess we have a skill set and risk appetite to manage things that are probably considered much more high risk than particularly property-based
lending,
bank lending. Yeah. But interestingly,
Because your security, right, is over the receivables, so the income that's needed to be paid back to that business.
yeah, and that's a pretty important difference actually. So we do take security. There is an underlying asset, so it's not unsecured, and that's what we've seen over a number of years recently is like an influx of unsecured lending, a lot of it under the banner of fintech finance. But yeah, that is a very different space to where we operate. Yeah. And we've been around for a long time. Like I think this
when was established the business?
2003.
2003. So
I've
it's
lost
nearly
count.
20
it's
years.
over 15. Right. I know that much.
Yeah,
So
so we'll be having a big party soon. In a couple of years time, eh? Very good. And so what are you finding, I suppose, with the businesses that are currently declining or increasing in their appetite for invoice finance?
Well,
has it been a change during the COVID sort of months?
There's been changes, definitely. And my crystal ball is broken because
like everybody else.
Mid-March when I thought all the things that would happen didn't eventuate up until now. But very much we don't go against necessarily the cycles of confidence.
Okay.
So when people are confident, they're borrowing money. When they're not confident, they're not borrowing money. And it doesn't matter whether we've got a different product or risk appetite or whatever.
It's just not an appetite for
correct.
Yeah. Even with the government, incentives.
Well, so that's
another
another
stuff.
That's another sort of, I guess, factor. So really, what we saw this year, and I come from a pretty good position. Like we've had probably the best year ever in the history of the company.
Yes.
It just hasn't finished off the way we would like it, and I guess moving into 2021 financial year, there's a lot more uncertainty than probably what we've been accustomed to in recent times. But
so we may see that just stabilisation or decrease in that next year.
Yeah.
Depends on how hard you push your business.
That's right. Like
not talking just your business. I mean in finance in general.
Yeah. So we had the Royal Commission, and that was great for us because there was still confidence, people were still borrowing money, and they went towards alternate lending, alternate lenders. But then last year, where that sort of stopped was with actually starting bushfires.
Oh, yeah.
So there wasn't a lot of confidence, people uncertain about what's going on, they weren't ready to take on commitments, maybe of additional debt, that sort of thing. And then that just rolled into, what do we call it? Coronavirus.
Whatever you want to call
it.
Pandemic.
So what we actually seen in terms of our existing portfolio, like they've held up great.
Yeah.
New business has slowed, and literally, I would say in the last couple of weeks, it's just taken off again.
So confidence is coming back.
It's coming back, and I think the mindset is, in mid-March, we're all joking about how much toilet paper and people were buying and all the rest of it, but it was a health crisis, and what's changed now is the health crisis has passed. It's under control. People have some certainty about the position they're in, whether it's good or bad. Like it's not going to continue escalating to a point where I think tomorrow I might get shut down or my customers might get shut down. So now people, I guess, are confident where they sit. And they've
had that time to do that risk assessment, understand where they are,
all that stuff,
and go, okay, I can stage my way back. But it wasn't ever going to affect us here in Adelaide, South Australia. We had a minimised effect of it. I mean, financially we haven't, but in regards to the health side of things, we've been quite lucky that we live here. One of the best places in the world.
And McLaren Fat would be nicer, but
that's right. I would have been happy on the actual, the winery there, sipping this. That would have been good,
So, did enjoy probably or indulge in a lot more wine than probably what I should have done.
Consumer spending went up on wine.
That's right.
That's right. And I was a contributor too.
That's good. But the stimulus we've seen now in March, I know we're mid-June, but that also contracted our existing book. So, all that money came in. It's going out quickly, but initially it goes towards probably a lot of it paying down high interest debt. And so, that's as it filters through our client base and stuff, then they're coming back and borrowing. So what's interesting is it does move quickly.
That's right. It's only a few months ago, right?
That's right. I think beginning of May really is when people started to see like the PAYG. Some people have now been successful in getting those small business
grants.
Oh, state government grants.
State government grant. Yep.
So and
an actual federal government loan. Is that what you're talking about?
There's stuff.
There's
lots
so
of
many.
stuff.
Depends on what industry you're in and where you're at.
Yep. Yeah.
I think that's got me. Retail is probably still. It's coming back, but
is it?
Yeah. I've noticed here around the
people on the street.
That's what I mean. Like in the last week or two, people are back out shopping. And
I think that's it. Like of all the times. Sorry, I'm doing most of the
talking.
Fine.
But you're the guest. Go for it.
All the times over the last couple of months where you felt a bit of anxiety and concern about what was happening, it was really based on maybe the media's portrayal.
Yeah, definitely.
And when you sort of
too much.
Yeah. And even now, we're going to fall off a cliff in September. Apparently,
I just have not been watching the news for a week because of that reason. It's like I don't want to be listening to what they're saying because
switch off.
From what I've seen locally, that's not what I see on TV.
Yep, and that's it. And that's what I'm trying to make sure I do.
I mean, you've got to keep up to date with things, but I'd prefer to find out what you're going through and what I'm going through and what.
That there are people in the street.
That's right. I can see things
buying lunch.
You go down there, it's full.
I was shocked a couple of weeks ago. I got stuck in traffic.
That's right. Yeah.
It's terrible.
They're going back to work now.
People are going back to work. And somewhere floating around there's $100 billion plus or whatever. So,
as long as we spend that and we stimulate the economy. Buy those things. Do your house up, do whatever you need to. Spend it, this is where we all need to get that money flowing. If we all hoard it, then I think we're going to have that recession.
Yeah. Well, I think we're in recession.
But like a real bad impact if everyone hoards the money and doesn't spend it.
How have you found it? Because I know...
in regards to the collections aspect?
Yeah.
So it has been more of a contact with the client, conversation, and more payment arrangements.
Yep.
People haven't been able to pay their accounts in full.
Yep.
But they're talking to us. They've got more time to make those conversations. So we're finding that it's coming back. It
must be specific
areas.
Industries.
That's right. If we're talking consumer accounts, small, low value type stuff, those people are paying those off because they're getting all these JobKeeper and a job seeker. So they're able to actually, and we're also finding that some of that demographic that generally are behind in paying their bills and accounts aren't spending their money at certain places, gambling, alcohol, all those type of things. So they go, we've got a bill, we've seen it, we're at home, we're going to pay it. So it's actually good in that respect. And so they're not wasting it like they were before. They weren't going out every week. And so that will obviously, that will change back.
Side,
So it hasn't been as badly hit as what I thought. So my crystal ball, like you said before, was it going to be terrible? I thought it was doomsday. And, it's all going to be over, but obviously that didn't happen. I think the country's done the right thing.
I agree. I mean, it's interesting. I think probably depending on where you sit, if you ran a gym or a restaurant and you got shut down overnight on that Monday, whenever it was,
I probably wouldn't be saying that. That's right.
But, and thinking through as well, like, who's to say this can't happen again or it doesn't mutate?
Well, that's the problem, right? So do we get scared by something else? And then we do the same thing to ourselves? Is that part of our risk assessment plan? Are we going to have that in there? Do we have to plan all our businesses and all our
businesses? There's an accountant in you, isn't
That's right. Do we actually have to put a pandemic in that risk assessment now?
I mean, the risk assessment, goodness me. Like, for the last couple of years, we've been talking about disruption, and it's been digital disruption. And somebody, probably much cleverer than me, said, well, this is just another form of business disruption. So you can do your risk assessment and write down everything you can think of, but coronavirus is not on there for anybody.
I don't think anyone's got it.
No, and who's to say the next one, it'll be on there either. So,
do we plan for a tsunami? Do we plan for, what?
Who knows? Well, so I've got some staff in the Philippines, and they were impacted much more harshly than us in terms of lockdown.
Oh, really?
And I think they're still isolated within their homes, with only one person allowed to travel, and only for essentials like food, fuel, medicine.
Okay. So how have they been able to work then?
Well, fortunately, we were set up where they were already
Remote.
working from home.
Okay.
Yeah, and remote. So we were fortunate. Like not
You
like the,
didn't have to do it in that week of
no,
doing
no,
this
no,
day.
because there was a lot of talk about actual physical call centers ripping out gear and sending them home with people on.
Yeah, some
you know,
of the biggest
Yes,
corporations had to do that.
absolutely. Yeah,
Even in Australia.
yeah, but not us.
That's
We're
right.
good.
No, the small to medium businesses seem to be already set up
Yeah,
and remote, right?
yep.
If you're a big corporate, maybe you don't adapt as quickly, but yeah.
But so they're dealing with all of this, and they've had their second typhoon for the season. So
And that's probably worse.
Yeah,
I would say.
it's just got as much chance to kill you. So
That's right.
if you get a bad one, so we're lucky here, and I think in terms like small business, touching on what you said before, they're very resilient.
Yes.
Before the pandemic, a lot of us are going to work probably thinking that everything's on the line anyway, isn't it? Anything
right.
could go wrong.
But it's generally your mistake as the director or the
Yeah,
owner.
yeah,
And
maybe.
this is one out of our control, so we're like, okay, well, we're just going to have to roll with it.
Yeah.
Whereas, even myself has made mistakes in business before,
Yep.
but they were only because I made those mistakes.
Yep.
And then I had to deal with them. But
Yep.
this is something that's out
It's
of
all
our
about
control.
scale, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, ideally, if you can build I'd say balance sheet, but your reserves, whether it's cash or credit facilities, and or not borrow too much, then you're more.
Yeah, how long can you survive if there's
Exactly.
no income, right?
Yeah.
Which is...
And
if
we're
you
talking
look
a couple of months here.
Yeah, and most small businesses don't have that. So
Sadly, I think that's true.
as we know,
Yeah,
right?
and I think moving forward, like the game's changed. I think people are going to have those resources.
They're not going to go and spend it on stuff that's unnecessary. They're going to keep it for that and be ready for another 3 or 4 months without cash flow or income, right?
Yeah, but
We're going to have to be ready.
I think so. I think you need to be if you want to be around for a long time.
Well, some of the billionaires, obviously, in America, I don't know if you're following any of them, but they've
not
made more money.
closely.
They've made more money than they've had because they have those cash reserves that can last them for years.
Yep.
And so then when there's a pandemic or something like this one, there's opportunities to make a lot of money.
Wouldn't it be nice, like sitting at home and your biggest concern in life is whether or not you can get like the toilet paper brand that you want, or maybe some paper, and you're not worried about whether you're going to keep your job or whether you can pay off your home loan or all those other things, which I guess come part and parcel when you're younger, young families, building a business, that sort of thing. So, yeah,
very good. What else was I going to ask? Oh, yes, I was just going to touch on Andrew. We met, it's nearly over a decade ago.
it would be over
Yes.
a decade.
And we were just recalling...
You haven't aged one day.
Neither of you.
Feels like organic wine.
That's right. It must be. That's right. Get some of the South Australian wine in you. Yeah. But we used to run long lunches at the Navy Military Club.
Yes, and even the first one was over on King William Street, down under the stairs there.
The Bull and Bear.
Bull and Bear, that's it.
That's right, I thought that might be a cool place to start. That's right, it was the original one. Yes, and then we moved as Navy Military. So that was some good days, some good sessions. They were a Friday afternoon session
Were
with
they?
business
I
owners.
knew that was a whole afternoon.
That's right,
Yeah.
So, and snooker and just obviously a bit of networking and lots of business was done amongst people. So I suppose that's, hopefully we get back to that point where I think that socialisation of businesses to do business and get to know the owner or the person that's running that business.
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like in that last couple of months that we've had, I'm missing that element of business because it's, especially as the owner of business, you're isolated sometimes of what your conversations can be, unless you're talking with other business owners. I don't know if you feel that as well.
Oh, definitely. Like, and I think it's the nature of the business that you're in. Like, you're providing a service. There's a big commitment. There's often long lead times, and you've got to build trust. And it's done face to face, and that's never going to change. If you're, selling something online, that's an impulsive
if it's a
retail
bottle of wine for $20, $30,
you do it other ways. But certainly a number of people I've spoken to,
in a service business like ours.
Sales related, like they haven't been able to open any new doors. Certainly, you can pick up the phone to me and go, we've known each other for 12 years.
So we're going to answer the phone call. The new one.
I'm doing some sort of video and there's some
someone.
wine. Do you want to come around? I was like, sure, why not? So that definitely...
But
that'll
somebody
never
ringing
change.
you out of the blue.
I'm busy, I don't have time. It's difficult. So we're in that.
I suppose we're very protective of our time in those last couple of months. That's also been part of it. Even though we've had more free time, but it's been, let's spend it with our families.
I'm not sure I have.
I've played a lot of golf.
Have you? Oh, well done. Congratulations.
I think 4 times last week.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yesterday, today, I'll be playing after this.
Yep.
Yeah. So I suppose that's what's keeping me busy is golf. Yeah.
That's good. I mean,
Yeah. I suppose that was a pre-COVID thing. So my business has got to the point where I don't manage it and touch it anymore. I'm doing other projects.
That's the dream.
So I've got a general manager. He does that.
Yeah.
I do a little bit of business development, obviously from that trust side of things,
Yeah.
where people will call me and go, yes, can you look after this side of our business?
Yep.
We'll do that, and previous relationships.
Yep.
But the rest of it is now running itself.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
So that allows me that free time to do a podcast with you, play golf afterwards.
Yep.
You know, that's what every business owner's dream is to do.
Oh,
is to have their own time.
Yeah.
I mean, you go back 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, I had no time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's not like it's an overnight thing that you get to this point where you've got a bit of free time.
Yeah.
COVID's obviously helped it a little bit
Yeah.
because there's less things to do, like say catch up, face-to-face interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any standout industries that you see that have been thriving that you've dealt with and helped?
Oh, well,
Like doing well.
Yeah.
Probably
non-food. What is it? Food retail, like supermarkets.
That's right. Do you have any supermarket customers?
A lot of people
ones?
supplying into
Other suppliers to them.
So,
And then they need more funding to be able to supply more.
Yeah,
stores,
well,
I suppose,
there was a peak and then sort of leveled off a bit.
Yeah.
So,
But that was one.
and that's not just food, but that's like transport and logistics into those places and all the things that are related to it. So we obviously don't do the retail side of it. Mining services stuff.
They're still.
One of the things that I did not anticipate was that
I like it so much. I'm going to have a little bit more.
go for it. We've actually seen an acceleration of payments so from a lot of the bigger mining companies and obviously the second and third tiers that are servicing those, they're getting paid faster than what they were 3 months ago.
There's not this 60.
No, so like
they're doing the right thing, but paying their clients quickly. I know it's a big change in the corporate.
So 60 days has become 7 days. I think it's a temporary thing, but that's hit us. Like we're carrying some people, millions of dollars, and they don't need it. So
your funding goes down.
Yeah. So it's like, how long is this going to last? Is there anything else I can do for you? Yeah, like it's a good thing, but there's always repercussions. So. Yeah, those sort of things are doing well. Who else is doing well? Basically anything that's sort of...
Is there anything that's come across your desk that is outside of your normal sort of streams and then, this industry now needs...
Yeah, I've certainly targeted cleaning, which is not outside a thing, but then drill down a little bit and go, okay, chemical manufacturing and that sort of stuff.
Auxiliary services to the
people that have geared up doing, just like... what they call it, PEP, personal protective equipment.
Yes.
That sort of stuff. That probably their businesses have increased to a level where they haven't had the resources to fund it.
Yes.
Themselves.
And the 150 tax write-off, has that helped? Probably not your business, but other.
Interesting story. So. Speaking to a couple of brokers, so they introduced business to us and say, how you going? And go, really busy. This is a month ago, maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah.
That's great. Like, why? Is that? They go, not really sure. I said, maybe it's to do with the $150,000 tax write-off, which was previously $30,000.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah,
that's
it
right.
is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money. And he said, no, it's the stuff I'm looking at is significantly more, like, hundreds of thousands.
Yeah. That's what I've
and
heard
more.
As well.
Yeah. So
we and are about a decision to buy a big purchase of a $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 piece of equipment, and you got $150,000 write-off.
Yep.
Those decisions make it easier because you bring in maybe half the value.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So what's happened is they've extended that write-off now through to December.
Yeah, because it was too quick to make a decision before.
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, I guess if you can do it now in the next week, do it because you get the benefit immediately. Otherwise, it rolls forward a year. But the other thing that was already extended through to 21 financial year is the accelerated depreciation. So you can go buy, say, $1 million piece of gear and get write off anywhere between sort of 57.5% and 65%. In the first year.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
So we designed a product around that and said, look, basically, if you go buy one of these things, the taxman's going to cover the interest costs in the first year. We'll give you all the cash up front to cover the purchase, plus the GST, plus all the other costs, government charges and things that come on, like if you've got to get a trailer regoed or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
I think there's a lot of interest, but it was just a little bit complicated for people to
get their heads around.
Because we're trying to
We've done
leverage
this before.
Yeah.
Are we going to do this now under these circumstances?
Correct.
Decisions become harder, don't they?
Yeah. So we're trying to leverage the debtor book or the accounts receivable to achieve that, as opposed to a traditional equipment financier.
Yes.
And the other piece of that puzzle was that a lot of people took up the opportunity to defer payments on their finances.
Yes.
And not necessarily on the basis, we can't make the payment, but
let's just prepare.
Exactly. Let's grab some cash. Let's
how long
get some
are we
breathing space.
For?
Yeah,
exactly.
ScoMo was saying this is going to last 6 months.
Yeah. So we need cash reserves for 6 months.
You need toilet paper and cash reserves.
That's right. That's it. Yeah.
So
that was the message we were getting.
So that's still available to people, and hopefully now that the confidence and businesses are turning on again, they'll take advantage of it. Yeah. But the deferred payments became a instant decline through some of those traditional lenders. So they said, if you've sought relief through COVID,
that's what they're going to say no now to.
We're not going to look at any new stuff. Yeah. So
that's an opportunity.
Little window. Yeah.
That's right.
They're the sort of things that we're trying to think of in terms of, we've got a product, but target the problem or the need, because often you say, here's a sandwich bar, you get 2 bits of bread and you can put anything on it in between that you want, and then people go, I'm not sure what I want.
They stand there for a while. That's right.
So it's like, here's a sandwich, this is how we're going to serve it to you. Hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I know you enjoy it.
We'll give it to you a little bit less because it saves everyone time.
Yeah. So we definitely, like I said before, come from a very strong position. Great year. We've got money to lend. Yeah. And it's just a matter of.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good thing which you mentioned as well. Is a lot of businesses had a good year last year, so it helps when you may not have the best year.
Yeah.
It's come financial year or the tail end of that financial year. Yeah. It's not as big a problem if you're having a tough year before. Yeah. And then this happened. Yep. Any of those businesses that were already struggling before, they're the ones we're obviously going to see in liquidation.
I think that's it. Yeah. Like if you're struggling before, nothing's changed. You're still going to be struggling.
It's not going to help you. It doesn't matter how much the government does.
And in terms of the cliff, I think people have already fallen off the cliff or they haven't. If you got shut down overnight, and you haven't been able to survive, then
you've got to move on to something
else. You're at the bottom trying to climb up. But for the rest of us, we've got through now.
Yeah, if you had bad 1 month and then things started going back up.
And the share market's a bit of an indicator on that. It's obviously been a steep down, but it's come back quickly, and that's usually a lead indicator to
the confidence and
recessions and everything. Yeah. So. That my crystal ball is broken, by the way. So
we won't ask any futuristic questions.
Well, you can ask, but don't rely on it. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. No, I was just going to mix it up a little bit. AFL, footy. Do you follow a SA team, maybe?
Swans. Lost to Essendon on the weekend by 1 goal, and I was sure if we had another 30 seconds we would have beat them. But not
Sydney
following
Swans.
it terribly closely. Yeah, Sydney Swans.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
very good.
So,
I'm a Crows man. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
That was a terrible weekend for us with the loss of the Port.
So
that's why I was only going to briefly touch on AFL.
Not only that, if you actually were fortunate enough to get along, the weather was terrible and you lost.
Yep.
So,
no, I wasn't lucky enough. Even though I'm a long-time member, didn't get the ballot. There was only 500 people out of 50-something thousand.
On both
members.
Sides?
No, 500 for each for Crows and 1,500 for Port Adelaide.
Yeah,
they got more because it was their home ground.
Right.
Even though we're not going to have another showdown, so that's a bit controversial, I think. Yeah, it should have been split 50-50.
Yep.
Because there's not 2 showdowns this year.
Yep.
Anyway, I like AFL. I like to go to the game and watch it.
Yep. I'm looking forward to the cricket. Hopefully,
India's coming. Get to a normal cricket
we might
session.
Be able to have a beer.
Enjoy a large crowd again by then.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Probably not, I'd say. Yeah. That's right. Anything that you learned during COVID, obviously that's what is part of our topic today, anything that you learned that you didn't learn before, either about yourself, about your business, or
I'm kicking myself because
or something you should?
someone else has asked me this question, and I didn't have the answer then either. But
I know. I suppose I found that having that extra time available that was forced upon us to fill it with things to do, because when you're busy as a businessman, business person, a satisfactory day is where you've got a lot of things done. Yeah. And when that starts not happening, I'm like, I'm finding myself, am I having a bit too much wine or something else? Like, I need those activities to keep me busy.
Yeah, routine.
That
schedule. I certainly got into going to kickboxing pre-COVID. And I was doing well, losing weight, getting fit, and I missed that. And
is that coming back soon?
Back this third week, so nice. Already into it. Limited classes, so
but you're allowed to go.
Booking system, so as soon as you finish, you book again, so you can block out other people. That's right. But I
so your attendance rate's going to be better than ever during this phase.
I think so.
Yeah, because you have to go, and if you don't go to it,
someone else will miss out, and
you're going to feel pretty bad.
That's right. That's it. So it's been pretty good, and I think I've learned that I need that, and more from not just fitness, but just keeping a clear head. Yeah. I know that's pretty topical these days, but
it's important.
It is.
That's right. It's just
it
our
is,
life.
Funnily enough.
We have so much to do and so much stress. So got to keep that mental health up. Mental health week this week as well, I think.
Is it really?
Yes,
there you go.
Men's mental health week.
Yeah.
So very important to do the exercise.
How about yourself? What do you learn?
Well, in regards to the gym, I haven't been able to go back. Well, they only opened our gym up this week. But booking system, all of that, so I've done 6Ks this week. I've just been running. Cool. So I try and schedule in a 3K run a day. Not every day.
Sometimes
today I'm a bit sore. And golf. The golf has probably been my mental health strategy. Because when I'm feeling like I can't do everything I'm normally doing, I'll go out there. I love getting out in the open. Good golf shot, bad golf shot. Doesn't matter. That's what helps me.
Outdoors. I did get schooled. I had a meeting recently, like last week or something like that. Someone from Victoria. So I said, wait a minute. When we're organising it, what are you doing coming over here? And he goes, I'm essential. I went,
what was essential?
I don't want to incriminate anyone. But, it was a new contact, so I had my folder and all my brochures printed out, my business card, and I sat down at the table, and he said, no, we can't do any of that anymore. Like, you can't exchange things.
He's gone that far.
Might be infected,
Jeez, thanks, mate.
No, but the great thing after all that, I've been put in my place, the meeting finished, and we shook hands, and then went away.
Exactly.
So,
No.
Can't be so
It's been interesting though, hasn't it?
It has.
The greeting and who.
Elbow bump or whatever.
Yeah.
So hopefully it all passes.
And the next time we're on here having a chat, we can talk about the new world and the new strategy. A couple of years time or 6 months.
Other problems.
That's right.
Thank you.
No, very good. Cheers. Thanks. I suppose just to finish off, Andrew.
Yes.
What did you think of the drop?
Fantastic. I'll have to go down to McLaren flat and sample it directly.
Well, thanks to Gym Tree. Cheers.
Thank you.